Hey people, welcome to the channel. If you're thinking of playing Star Citizen, please do stay for this video. If you're already playing Star Citizen, you probably want to stay for this video as well because I'll be explaining things I think you definitely should know. Now, before I go on, let me say this right away. I like the game. I think it's a lot of fun. It's different, but I'm also fairly critical about the things that are a little bit shady and not so honest or very dishonest at times. So I like to be upfront about all of this, even though I'm not playing right now because, with so many wipes, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I hope that one day I'll be playing and having fun again. But one of the things you don't see is people being honest about why they do these wipes. Certainly not CIG. They have no obligation to disclose their marketing and sales strategies, but you also have plenty of shills in YouTube that are not honest either. Now, if you do appreciate my honesty, I would appreciate a subscription. If by the end of this video you're still thinking of playing Star Citizen, more than welcome. You also have my referral that would be appreciated if you use it too. In fact, I have so few subscribers here on the channel. I'll check that later and add you to my friend list. So if one day eventually we cross paths playing Star Citizen, we can help each other out. Let's get to this. The ship purchases with cash money database. This is something that will probably be erased very soon. That's why I'm doing the video as well. Jiggity says, so if the ship's purchase with cash money database is a database that doesn't need to be wiped, why don't they just clone that database and use a clone for ship purchase with in-game currency database? I mean, obviously the ship purchase with cash money database is far superior, right? I'm just a senior database administrator for a global marketing shareholding tech company for enterprise backup that runs on a database. But maybe I just don't understand how development works. Of course, he's joking. Can someone make it makes sense, actual sense, not copium-infused, hand-waving, Leviosa magic stuff? So the guy is obviously someone that knows about this stuff. He's a professional in working with databases, and he knows that this doesn't make any sense. Now, he's probably trying to expose a few things here. If he's honestly wondering why, I can answer that right away. I'm not a programmer. My son is, and he laughed this out immediately. Like, of course, they'd have no need to wipe the in-game purchases at all. They just do it for ship sales. Now, from where I'm coming from, which is basic common sense and logical thinking, I mean, just a little bit above average IQ should allow you to understand that, man, if they can do something with real money database, they can do the same. What this guy just said, they can do the exact same thing with those that you didn't pay with real money. Code doesn't care if money change hands. This should be very easy to understand and a logical thinking process for most people. But let's go on. And here we have, you don't know who these guys are, if they're CIG employees trying to whitewash or just reply and not let these things fly, or just a die-hard, a cultist, or some of these bootlickers in Spectrum that just excuse anything and everything. But this guy goes, from what I understand, as I related to 318 and the need for wipes, the PES database is a graph deep database. The user ledger and in-game asset is an SQL database. So they're different databases, man. That's why this isn't working as you think it should. The 40K is issue related to associated between the SQL database, specifically as it relates to the user ID and the asset registry, and quantifying what is where in-game. This is why they have revoked delivers cash money purchase ships at SOP terminals. There was a post earlier today that's very clearly explaining that they need to get the replication layer separate from the current iteration. This will remain an issue until they solve the problem. This is all about complex problems that you don't quite understand. You may be a senior database guy, but you don't understand how complex this is. Whether the intended wipe for 318.1 hard fix for the user ID issue, and for 318.2 deploy a new service that regulates the entitlement process will fix this remains to be seen. I think we are all still in the rough few. We are still in for a rough few weeks. Meaning this will go on for weeks, months, even years. And the guy replies, "You can migrate a graph database to SQL. I still don't see how this is a problem for any technical standpoint. It's data. The only difference is how it's structured and presented. You can export that data any way you want. The tools exist already. It's done on a daily basis by interns still in college for classes. This is exactly right. This is what my son was explaining to me. I mean, this is stupid. The idea that you cannot back up your database. Imagine any company would collapse if they couldn't do this. Any serious or any medium to large company would not persist in this world if this was true. So the guy goes, sure, it would seem like the Migratory Processing Association between the user ID and local location in terms of XYZ coordinates and the entity was borked. Borked is a very technical word. Whether other software developers do it better is neither here nor there. The point is, it didn't do what it was supposed to do. The wipes intended to fix that. So their wipes are there for fixing stuff. Right? This is the lie that we're all fed. So they don't have competent staff, so they're just stupid people that screw up a database all the time and they have to wipe it always, except for the one play with real money, right? Database structures and tables have nothing to do with the actual data. They can't simply export it as a CSV, for example, fix the database structured, and then import the data back with a script to direct the data to the new LI name tables. It's definitely not a technical limitation. I personally have never heard of a company that had to wipe data from a database to update structures in the database. That would be clown shoes. Imagine a bank losing everyone's account because they're updating a database. You can migrate data from pretty much every single database that exists to another in today's modern era. Seems fishy, to be perfectly honest. Oh, just maybe the service is part of the alpha development. This is exactly where issues like this are identified before you go live, such as in your banking example. Why? Your expertise in this matter, you should definitely apply at CIG to assist them. Right, here's where they start bullshitting you. They start with your expertise in the matter. You should definitely apply it at CIG to assist them. It seems like you know a lot more than they do. This asshole, this Odin Avenger asshole, I mean, even a college kid can do that for them. They just don't want you to do it. There's people that have been offered to doing it for free, and they still don't take them up because they're not interested. This is one of these shills. This is one of those gaslighters that lie to you. So if you're so smart, go do it yourself. Oh, it's not just me. This is first year college stuff. No advance whatsoever. Writing a script to import data? You could probably hire some intern working at McDonald's to pay his way through college to do it for free as part of his interview. It's so easy. If he doesn't have the traumatic brain injury, he could do it right there in the interview in front of them from his phone. You wouldn't even have to hire him. Just take the script and don't give him the job. What he's explaining is it is so simple. It is so simple to not have wipes for anyone that knows even the first thing about programming, for anyone like myself that knows the first thing about logical process connection between. They do it already with a database that you pay for items that you pay for. They can obviously do it for the other one that you're not paying for. There's no technical limitation because code and numbers and programming doesn't care if I pay someone or not. Let's just pretend I paid you if there's some magic involved in that. Look, I do database administration as well, so I'm also a tech guy. If you are in the industry, as you say, you'll know the devil is in the details. Now the devil is why they have to do wipes. Depending on what needs to happen, I might not be as simple as writing a script, especially if you're dealing with location and data that needs a measure of accuracy. But again, you seem to know more. Go give CIG a hand here. You'll be our hero. Yes, we need a hero that knows how to transfer one database to the other. And the guy just replies, I'm confused. Why would a simple table for true-false on whether you own each ship or not have location data? Authentication to a database is completely separate from database structures and ultimately data. You can migrate data from one database to another with completely different structures and authentication. It's simply values in a database. the data itself, especially in this context. There's a billion reasons why a database might have authentication network performance issues, but the data itself is completely separate from that. The only time you would ever lose data in a database is if there's an amateur infrastructure with no backup, disaster recovery to restore lost data from on top of being hacked and ransomware encrypted. This is something that even if you have a simple website like I do, you know that you have backup and you restore, and it takes literally seconds. Like the guy said, an intern with a cell phone can do this for CIG. Otherwise, you can lose database and restore the database. If you have a backup, which is baseline criteria for any insurance company to cover your business IT operation, which is required by law in many cases. Outside of that, there's no reason they can't fix the database issues and migrate the data from the unfixed database to the fixed database. They can export the data before fixing it. The import is after it's fixed. Same is there no reason you can't copy a word from Google and paste it into your notepad. It's a text value. It's simple. Importing simple data values into a database after data upgrade or developmental adjustments is year one first class entry level welcome to database administration 101 stuff. There is no technical limitation to data itself causing technical performance issues whatsoever. In my decades of first-hand real-world global enterprise database administration experience, to try and debate otherwise is insane. Yes, it is insane. It is stupid, and the shills out there in YouTube confuse and trick people that cannot have, a slightly more advanced than the average IQ level of logical thinking. Dude, they do it with the one you pay with real money. What on earth changed that from the one that you don't pay? And as he says, this is basic programmer stuff. Anyone that is a real programmer that is lying about this, then he's simply being dishonest, like this Odin Avenger guy, assuming he's an actual programmer. The J3PT gave a very concise response to you. I suggest you read the response. So still bullshitting, still lying, and the guy, well, it goes on, but you get the point. I'm posting this because it will probably be erased. They usually do this when an actual programmer calls them on their bullshit. Spectrum usually erases and bans the guy. I've seen that before myself. So expect this to go away. So now that you know the truth of there's no real reason, enjoy the game. Have fun. I suggest not giving them a lot more money than your basic startership, because this kind of shitty, greedy attitude, it's a little bit too much for me. So you do you. I'm a true believer in capitalism. Spend your money any way you want, and I definitely don't believe in boycotting anyone. Just be a grown-ass man, be an adult, and enjoy what's there to enjoy, which is a lot of fun at times, but understand how this is all being played, why they do the things they do. And it's simply because business. It's a for-profit company. They want to make money. It's a company that sells chips in a video game, just like McDonald's sells burgers. McDonald's is not responsible for your health. So if you want to eat yourself to death, go ahead and do that. McDonald's will not lose a single cent over you dying or not. It's on you. And you're talking about your life, your health. What on earth could possibly CIG care if you spend a little bit more of that disposable income on a fake video game chip? They don't give a damn. Why should they? It is on you. Now, it is on them that they're very dishonest about why they do these things. And I wouldn't expect anything else from a company that has such a vested interest in keeping people engaged and not being, we're erasing your fake video game chip because we want to sell you stuff. That they wouldn't do that. No company is stupid enough to be that honest and upfront. So with the stuff that you pay with real money, they can't fuck around with that because that is illegal. If you paid for something, you should have it, even if it's digital, okay? So there's a serious legal implication regarding what you paid with real money that they don't mess with. So of course that persists, and that's not going away. Anyway, folks, I hope you appreciated my honesty and me doing this, which not many YouTubers will do. See you in our next video. Take care.